because he sees the humor in the art now and in what I'm doing, you know. When I started to bleed to death on MTV, he was like laughing and crying, and he loved it, and, you know, he gets it. He gets what I'm saying, and, you know, that was a big moment for us, because for me, that was my first original artistic moment. That whole performance.
Mm-hmm. And your mom is more, love you, whatever you do, you're the greatest.
Well, no, they tell me how it is.
So yeah. She's not always pleased.
No, I mean, well, but whose mother is, you know? It's not because I'm a pop artist. It's because I'm her daughter.
That was an incredible night. You got up on stage and got to get an award and, you know, shouting out to God and the gays. Why is it God and the gays? Shouldn't God be last?
You could do it either or. I think both is good. I guess God made the gays, so I guess God came first and then the gays came, so.
He absolutely did.
I love both equally, and, you know, humanity, we are God.
People who are on the right side of gay rights have a tremendous amount of respect for you. She's not just a dance artist, she's not just a pop artist, she is actually walking the walk, has a real sort of political framework behind what she's talking about.
Yes. But again, I just want to reiterate as an artist that when I speak about these things, I want it to be clear that I'm not an activist in the sense of wanting to contribute to more anger and hate about an issue, because those things don't lead to success. We have to approach this with an energy of love and commitment and positivity. So just be strong in who you are and your feelings, but there's no reason to hate anyone for their views.
Yeah, and if you attack somebody for being homophobic, then people are like, oh, are you gay?
Right.
Which, like, not, you know, like, then where are you?
Well, the point is that I feel, even just in the music industry, that there's very public misogynistic and homophobic behavior, whether it's in music, or it's on the radio, or it's live on TV, and the fact that the press never challenges them or crucifies any of these artists, because it's just kind of like, okay, because it's gay stuff. And if we were talking about race, it would be a very different story.
I mean, what is it that you want to see the Obama administration do, you know, going forward? Is it marriage equality? Is it repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell? What else?
Well, certainly repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. You know, all of those things are extremely important. But in terms of full equality with marriage, I'd like to see it be more of a priority, as it affects a tremendous number of families in this country. And I would like to see Obama respond to the younger generation, who I am hoping to help be a part of, to rally, to have them come up and speak. But what I would like to see is for the Obama administration to acknowledge that no family and no person is any more valuable or important than another.
One of the biggest moments of the year for everybody was when Michael Jackson passed away. What was your reaction when you heard he died? What were some of your thoughts?
I was with my whole team. We were in rehearsal and we got a phone call. The room just got so cold and dark, and all the dancers, and I was with Lorianne Gibson, and we just cried. We didn't believe it. We kept saying, no, it's not true.
Right.
We just didn't believe it. We just kept saying it can't be true, and then the tears started.
And he was an influence for you, too.
Oh, enormous influence. And I never didn't love him. Through all of the media drama and the nonsense, I never didn't love Michael. I always loved Michael.
How old were you when Thriller came out?
I wasn't born yet.
And yet, so when did you discover Thriller?
When I was 4 or 5 years old. I mean, I listened to so much music in the house. My parents played everything for me. And he was 23 when he put out Thriller, so he was in his prime. So I'm 23 now, so I think it's my time to, like, hustle down and really kind of strive for greatness as an artist.
What kind of music did your parents play in the house?
Everything from Michael to Billy Joel to the Rolling Stones to Pink Floyd to Frank Sinatra to La Boheme. Everything. But not so feminine. They didn't play me a lot of really feminine music, I guess I should say. It was kind of like very specific energy that I remember of the music. It was a little bit raw, a little, love in a lovely way, imperfect. And
I love that face.
Bruce Springsteen, that's the big with me and my dad. We're like the biggest Bruce fans ever.
Really? What was your defining onstage moment in 2009?
I don't think it was one moment. I think the VMAs was amazing, and I do think SNL was very powerful because it was one of the first times the world got to see me sit down and play the piano. See, it's funny that you asked me that because in America, everybody's so fascinated with like the one and the number and the defining, and it's not about career anymore. It's about like singles and not about album. It's what I mean to say is I'm not a song. I'm not a moment. I'm an artist. My defining moment was the whole year. This was my first year that the world knew who I was and what I was trying to do. I'd say my defining moment, probably period, would be getting Just Dance played on the radio because they didn't want to play it.
What was your biggest disappointment this year?
I didn't have any disappointment.
None? Everything's all up, no valleys?
Well, no. I mean, listen, everybody goes through, but, not something that I would like so emphatically say to you in an interview. I was very disappointed about this. It's drama. It's melodrama that I don't want to give into. It's kind of like, I put all of the disappointment into the music, if that makes any sense. So like the fear and the monsters, the disappointment, that's in the record.
Yeah.
So if you want to know about that, you should listen to the music because I don't allow that to enter into my own life.
Okay.
Or I try not to.
What are you really obsessed with now?
I'm obsessed with monsters and with death. To be perfectly, ruthlessly, but courteously honest.
Death. Like what?
The death of things that have passed. The death of my old life. But in a positive and wonderful way. You have to mourn things and then make way for the future. Because I have so many beautiful things that I love now. My fans are my whole world. I never would have been able to write what I wrote about on the road if they weren't giving to me every night in the show. Because I would do a show and I'd leave my heart on the floor and they would give me so much, and then I would go onto the bus and I would write. Some artists like to compartmentalize their work. Oh, when I'm on tour, and when I'm recording, but I discovered that I'm not that way. And I've got a sea of inspiration in front of me every night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
Since sitting down with me last November, Gaga's album, The Fame, has been certified triple platinum and gone diamond globally. That's 10 million. She completed a sold-out leg of the Monster Ball World Tour. She released an awesome 9.5-minute video for Telephone and made internet history as the first artist with 1 billion total views for her music videos. I'm Torre. Thanks for watching.